Hey folks, I'm Rob.
And I'm Nathan.
And I'm Steve.
And we are Two Guys in a Ride. And say, Nate, tell us where we're at today.
Hey, today we are at the beautiful Chanhassen Autoplex in Chanhassen, Minnesota, and we are going to take you on a virtual car tour, and we're going to go through about 6 to 8 garages here, meet the owners, take a look at the whole garage, take a look at the cars they have on there, and it's going to be great.
And Steve, why don't you give us a little bit of information about what's going on here?
Well, our Cars and Cave shows happen the last Saturday of every month from April through September. As we all know, April has been canceled out here, but we've got the virtual car show with Two Guys in a Ride helping us out, and you're going to see some great garages today. I might add that during our car shows, we always give back to the community. We have a charity for each one of our 6 car shows. The first one is a really good one. They're back with us for a second year. It's Treehouse. The mission of Treehouse Hope is to end hopelessness among teens through mentorship, support groups, or off-site activities which create safe environments where teens can be themselves and have fun. So there will be a link on the website to donate. Please donate generously. It's a great cause. We help a lot of teens, and so please donate. Thank you.
All right, so what do you say, Steve and Nate?
Oh, let's go for a ride.
All right.
Hey folks, I'm Nathan with Two Guys in a Ride, and today we're here with Eric in his awesome garage. Now this is out of the Chanhassen Autoplex, and I love this because we're getting to see so many unique things. And this is a double garage back to back, which we haven't seen yet. So
it's a twofer.
It's a twofer.
It's a twofer.
To start with here, Eric, tell us a little bit about how you got into cars.
How I got into, okay. Well, mid-90s, I was rolling around. I was 4 or 5 years old in these big GMB bodies, really not paying much attention. It's an envelope. You get in it. You go to wherever you're going. But around that time, there was a paradigm shift, and my mom, for whatever reason, decided to get into this 80s BMW 5 Series. Nice. And that, even more than me, got my siblings interested in cars, and that really rubbed off on me. And a lot of events certainly have happened since then, but I got very much into cars, and here you go. It's just an elaboration of the disease that has come from that.
And this is really truly an elaboration because it doesn't end in this garage. It goes on.
Correct.
Okay, so we're going to just talk a little bit about the garage itself, and then we'll talk about your cars. And so now, when you bought this, it was not brand new. Someone had already been in here and designed the mezzanine loft area and everything. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I bought about 2 years ago. I'm actually one of the newest and by far the youngest owner.
Yes.
But yeah, everything you see here, so the hand-painted brick imitation wall, all the PVC pipe that's been painted to look like copper, the mezzanine that's engineered for cars to be sit on top of it, all that was here. But the decorations and obviously the vehicles themselves, and of course even the cozy area upstairs, which we'll cover, that was, we're trying to put our own spice on things. I mean, a lot of the bones are from somebody else, but similar taste.
Now, hang on a second, because you just said that the loft area was built to have cars on it. And we'll get to video this, but tell us about this.
So you've seen mezzanines today.
Oh, yes.
You don't see steel beams in those.
Never.
So this has 12-inch steel beams with 8x8 dimensional cedar posts on it. This is engineered to have 2 cars sitting on top of it. I'm never going to do that, but I mean, it's pretty clear, like this was engineered. Somebody had intentions of putting something incredibly heavy up top, maybe to get maybe a little more bang for their buck on the space, a little more square footage, I don't know. But I filled it with nice light couches, and I keep all the heavy cars down here on the main floor. So it's 2x12 joists, doubled up in the middle, like I said, 12-inch dimensional steel. It's pretty intense.
And tell us a little bit about the wood that was used to create the loft.
So not even just the loft, but even the staircase here and the wainscoting around on the west side here. This is all out of a barn in northern Minnesota. This was
You can still see the painting.
Yep. So even the doors. I mean, you'll see upstairs too. They don't close very well because they're ancient barn doors. So it's as windy as a barn door. But the rebar is new. It's just number 5 rebar that they drilled into everything. But this was a barn that was taken down and split amongst previous owner of my unit and one other person too. So all the woodwork you see in here is 140-year-old cedar.
Wow. Now, tell us a little bit about this brick wall.
So the brick wall, from the story, I can only regurgitate information from when I bought it, but there was one guy that was here for 1 month solid, working 8-hour days, and he sponge painted individual bricks. And you're saying, okay, well, why was thin brick not incorporated? Like, I work for a masonry company, it's not that expensive. And the truth is, it's a 2x4 stud wall in there, so you can't hang anything nearly that heavy on it.
Okay.
So the option was, if you want brick, you have to paint it. Okay. And so, yeah, it was an artisan that was here for a full month, 8-hour days, and nothing but brick.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, and this is what is this 80 foot?
It's 25 by 80. Yep.
80 feet and 16 feet high, solid bricks, and includes the water stain. I absolutely, and it comes right out. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, everywhere where there's a pipe coming through, he has fake water stains on it too. So,
very, very creative artist there. All right, and then so this front part here is kind of where you store cars that maybe you're not currently taking apart.
We'll call this the high value area, where I don't want to risk accidentally dropping a transmission into it. So this end is a little more, we leave the door open, we look at nature, and the high value cars sit over here.
Okay, and then if we walk back underneath the loft here, and you're going to get a picture of some of these painted copper pipes, which I get a kick out of, back into your work area. Now,
you see the floor has transitioned from carpet to a rough epoxy. Cleanliness has gone to dirtiness.
Well, I would not say this is a dirty garage by any stretch of the imagination. It's quite clean. But the interesting thing is you are not a mechanic.
Not by trade. So I'm actually a graphic designer. I'm an artist by education. And I work in IT for a day job.
And yet you do all of the mechanical work on all your cars.
I have to. I mean, I don't make that much money, and I want nice things. So really, my options are don't have it or buy one that needs love and learn how to do it. So I bought a 20-year-old Italian car with no service history that freaks everyone out, and I just did the service.
So, in your family, was there anyone else that was involved with the car business or?
Yeah, actually. So all on my mother's side, but my uncle, who is still alive and well, he is a huge car guy. Very similar taste, but a little more, we'll call it subdued, a little less out there. And then my maternal grandfather actually was a huge bodywork guy. So he would see a concept car that he loved, and it never went into production. So he would just make it. I don't have those skills. I have tremendous mechanical ability, but not bodywork, not interiors. I can't do that.
Well, I think it's amazing that you can do this much. So, you'll see a picture overlay here, but, we've got some engines sitting over here. We've got transmissions. We've got tires. Now, you do have, and this is we've not seen yet in another garage, you actually have, you have 2 lifts. You have a 4-post and a 2-post.
I have 2 in this unit, 2 in my other unit, a lift at my house, and a lift at my other shop.
Okay, I forgot a few of them.
I have a couple lifts.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the cars. So let's start on the dirty end. Well, the end that's not quite, not finished. But let's step over here. So
we go from least expensive to most expensive as we go south to north. So
all right, there we go. Least expensive to most expensive. So here is the $2 special.
And more. It was $350.
Well, that's okay. I'll give it to you. It's a little bit more.
Thank you.
All right. So you bought this one. And you said that mechanically you thought it just needed some mechanical work and it would work well.
In a past life, BMW master technician. These cars, the E46 BMW, are my bread and butter. I can look at one of these for 5 seconds. I can tell you what's wrong with it, what's not. And this car had great bones, other than the fact that the suspension was tired, it needed a transmission because a 5-speed had become a 3-speed, which is now sitting on the floor over there. And it's just general cleanup and just a few little electrical gremlins. And that's getting more and more common these days where people are scared completely away from a purchase, especially on an older German or Italian car, because they just don't know what's wrong with it.
Right.
So coming down here, it's a $350 car. It's getting better. Best case, maybe it'll transform into a $3,000 car. But this is what I do in my free time. It's fun.
So then, right in front of that, you've got the four-post lift, and tell us about what's up there.
So that's a 1997 Ferrari F355 Spider, Motronic
Ooh,
5.2. Always been one of my dream cars.
Okay.
Favorite looking, favorite sounding car. I thought completely unattainable. About 5 years ago, I found one in the right color, right transmission. I only buy manuals. And the bank was stupid enough to say, yeah, on a loan. So I bought this thing. It hadn't been serviced in 7 years, and these require a very extensive 3-year service engine out. So like this was borrowed time. Taught myself how to do it, dropped out. 3 full days for me is a lot of work, but 3 full days, engine out, and I've been just beating the piss out of it ever since. I love this car to death. It gets probably more miles than any other car in here.
Really? But it's not parked up front.
Well, we're coming out of winter, so this is its winter.
I'm starting to think you're a little wish-washy about this in most expensive or least expensive, most expensive, because this one's sitting back here.
That's not on the floor.
All right, technically, you got a point there. Okay, now, let's move on to a classic you got sitting underneath here.
Sorry, it's a bit hidden.
It's a BMW.
Yeah, so it's actually a 1600.
Oh, really?
So this is a really, really early 1967 1600-2. So it predates the 1602 and the 2002, but it's what they call a roundy. So it's a short bumper, round taillight chassis. This was so early, it's a 6-volt electrical system.
Ooh.
Had I known that when I bought it, I wouldn't have, because it turns out that's a huge pain to deal with. But it's got a numbers matching body. It's got the original engine transmission in it.
All right, step in on over here. We've got another BMW. I'm starting to notice a little bit of a theme here.
Yeah, you shouldn't see my house. 1991 BMW M3, last year of the first generation M3. I bought it with the really wrong engine. I've put an 03 M3 engine in it. I've done a lot of work to it. This thing is my baby. Another one of these dream cars. I don't drive it that much anymore, but I've ruined it, and it's mine, and I love it.
As long as you ruin it the way you want it to.
And I did.
That's okay.
It's very, very fast, and it looks great. So there you go.
It does. It looks fantastic. So then moving up next to that, you've got a V12 SL, what, 600?
600, yep. So we bought this car in 02, looking family car. Wanted a V12, really needed 96 to 97 to get the newer 5-speed automatic transmission. Great car, no problem. Daily driver stuff. We've taken it to Florida, California, everything. The V12 cars are super rare. The body is timeless. I think these are on their way up in a couple of years, but not yet.
Okay. All right, and then moving a little further forward, now we've got a Lamborghini. Tell us a little bit about this.
Okay, so this is a 2002 Lamborghini Murcielago. So the kind of divisor car between not only Lamborghini and Volkswagen Auto Group, they had just purchased it, but also kind of a divisive point because this is the last time you could get a true 6-speed manual transmission in a hypercar. Okay. So it's also the last of the Bizzarini V12s. The best fun you can have with 9 miles to the gallon.
Oh, I'll take your word for that. I bet it is. Now, well, then over here you've got another BMW. So this is unique. I love this. Tell us about it.
Newest acquisition. So this is an E52 Bmw Z8. These were kind of penned in concept design in 96. They came to be pre-production in 99, 2000 to 2002 only for this car. They made about 7,000 worldwide, 3,500 came here, 750 silver. So this car, very rare, designed to be a collector. A whole bunch of new aluminum body technologies come out, a lot of unique stuff about these. I can go on for this car for hours, but I won't just to save us time. It's not even a lightweight car, and the fact that it's aluminum, but it's such an iconic design. It's got a real M-car powertrain in it. It's turnkey reliable. What's not to love?
All right, so we're up here in well, I guess I'm going to call it a loft. But wow, this is huge. You kind of got a left loft or maybe a north and south or east and west loft or something like that. Do you have to have a passport to travel between the two of them?
Nope, it's all, this is, what do you call it, the waters. International waters. That's
International waters.
So, no, I do a lot of different stuff up here. Obviously, right now we're limited to 10 people, so I don't have many parties up here, but everything from computer LAN parties to family get-togethers to car events, they largely host them up here because we got big TV, we got a deck and a grill, I do a podcast every other week. We do that up here. just a great flexible space to entertain.
Well, we'll give you a shameless plug. What's your podcast?
It's called Carbitrage, Carbitrage. We talk about cars, and we are very eccentric. So feel free to tune in.
Awesome. I'll tell you what, Eric, thank you so much for showing us your awesome garage and both sides of your collection here. And thanks for letting us take a tour of your garage.
Of course. Thanks for coming out, guys. Thanks for hosting this. It's been great.
Thank you.